She is the first international black superstar. What it is, what it ain't, it's your girl AMBREALERTT, and I am back with another video. Wow, y'all, it has been, I don't even know how long it's been since I've recorded another video. I'm so sorry. I've been dealing with some things, and I will attempt to talk about those things in a separate video. But today we are getting into another biopic series slash Black Pioneers video. So as you know, if you have been subscribed to my channel for a year or so, then you know that last year during the month of February I did a Black Pioneers type of video where I talked about black people, black stars, black inventors, black painters, black people period, that have been paving the way for us, that don't really get enough shine and spotlight. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about Josephine Baker, the dancer, the sexy, the beautiful, the singer, the French couture fashion icon, Josephine Baker. So that's what I'm going to be talking about in today's video. If you're ready to get into the video, then make sure that you like, comment below, and subscribe to this channel for more videos just like this, because you don't want to miss out. Okay, so I have heard of Josephine Baker before, but I never really did any research. I do Black Pioneer videos because I feel like, especially in school, I wasn't taught about a lot of important black people. It was just, I could say the top people that we talked about in school was Martin Luther King, Malcolm X, Wilma Rudolph, Jesse Owen, Jackie Robinson, Madam C.J. Walker, and Harriet Tubman. I think those were the only like black figures that were taught throughout school. I mean, from elementary school to high school. Comment below if you feeling my vibe on that one, because that's really annoying to me, because we keep hearing about these same people throughout history, throughout school, and that's not all. Those aren't all the people that have done things for black people, that have paved the way for us to be where we are today. Although those are black pioneers, those are the ones that are constantly celebrated, to me, in my opinion. And I feel like everybody needs their shine, everybody needs their spotlight. So if you do want to go check out some of those videos, then you might want to do that. I have maybe 10 videos. Scroll down to my videos and you will see what I'm talking about. Okay, so we're gonna get into Josephine Baker, and I did watch a documentary on Josephine Baker. I'll put the name at the bottom of the screen because I forgot. I was just so into it yesterday that I didn't catch the name of the documentary, but I did actually watch the movie about Josephine Baker, starring Lynn Whitfield, that came out in 1991. So I watched the movie first, and then I watched the documentary yesterday. So after watching both of those, because I feel like it's important to see the facts and everything, I just decided, like, of course I'm going to do a video about her. Like, wow. So Josephine Baker was born June the 3rd, 1906 in St. Louis, Missouri. Most of the content that was in the movie was correct about her and her experience. I do want to talk a little bit about that. This video is going to be factual, but I do want to talk about how things have changed in today's society from back then, and how things are the same. So based off of the movie and the documentary. So I'm going to get into that. But first, if you don't know who Josephine Baker is, she was a dancer. She danced in Broadway. When she did dance in Broadway, it was in blackface, let's be clear. And she was a little girl at the time. She did get older and join a dance chorus when she was 16, and that was selective because at the place that she was performing at, they only wanted light-skinned dancers, so she barely got picked. But when she did get picked, she showcased her different style of dancing by also incorporating comedy into it. So she would give faces, silly faces, and be funny. So a lot of people wanted her to work after that because of how different she was compared to the other dancers. So she did get an opportunity to go to Paris and dance in like a how can that in like a theater. So she got an opportunity to dance in Paris. So she went on a boat. I would have been scared as hell. But of course, you know, she wanted to, that was her dream come true. Like in the movie, her mom was against her becoming a dancer. Her mom was a washerwoman, and so was Josephine Baker at a young age. She started working for a white family when she was 8 years old, and she had a lot of bad experiences working for different families and a lot of traumatizing experiences with racism at a young age. So she was more, I can imagine her being more than happy to go to Paris and to make her dreams come true of being a dancer. So when she got there, she plans had changed. So originally she was supposed to I guess be just one of the dancers, but they changed the theme of the actual show to an African theme, and they wanted her to be the star of the show. And she was against it at first because they wanted her to take her clothes off, and she didn't want to do that. And in the movie she was even saying like, if my mama knew I was doing this, she'd kill me, stuff like that. But I think while she was in Paris, she embraced the beauty of her body for the first time, and she started to realize that she was becoming a woman, and that it's important to embrace your sexuality and to know who you are. And so she combined that, her knowing of herself, with her body, with her dance, and it all came together. And you know, she was doing African dances for a whole white audience, and people were cheering. And she talked about her experience in Paris overall, and how like she had white servants, you know, that were doing stuff for her, and she had never like experienced that before. She got so much love in Paris. She, you know, people looked at her like she was an actual person while she was in Paris, and treated her with dignity and respect. And that's why she fell in love with Paris. And soon her show, like people loved her show. Men were gawking all over her, especially white men. She did have experiences with white men. Some would end up, you know, leaving her because it wasn't customary for you to have a black wife back then. So some did, you know, just have sex with her and leave her. And then she did end up with a guy that was her manager, became her manager, and she fell in love with him and got married. And but I think it was like in the midst of her career, so you know, she didn't have kids around the time that they were married. But she did get married to an Italian man, and you know, she was happy, but I think she longed to go back to the States to see her family. So she did eventually go back. She is the first international black superstar. She had a hard time adjusting to coming back because there was still racism in America. And she did come back to America several times, and each time was bad because of her treatment. She wasn't allowed to go to stay at hotels. And if she did, she couldn't use the lobby, she couldn't use the restaurant, stuff like that. So, or there was a scene in a movie where she did go to a restaurant, and it was more than an hour, and she didn't get served, and everybody else was eating. And I think at first she ran away. Like a couple times when she came to the United States, she ended up like leaving quickly because she just couldn't handle it. But I think after those couple of times, she realized like, you can't run away from this. Like, it's nothing you can do. Like, you gotta stay and fight it. So she decided to come back eventually. And after she got married, and she was receiving some of the same treatment, but she stood up for herself, and she demanded respect. She demanded black people to be working. she demanded black people to be able to come to her shows because they weren't permitting black people to even be at the shows when she was in the United States. So she definitely integrated a lot of theaters because of her performances. Okay, so, and you know, speeding things up a bit, she did have negative reviews from her shows on Broadway. People in the United States, I guess this was around the time that she started to sing, and she was singing French. And I think a lot of people in the United States don't have patience sometimes for other people's languages, unfortunately, especially if it's like singing or if it's opera style. Like, a lot of people in America don't really have the patience to listen to it. So she got a lot of negative reviews, but I really think it was just because of her race. It wasn't really because she wasn't talented. I feel like they thought that they had to give her a negative review. I really want to talk about like the difference. So, okay, so we talking about the 1900s, okay? I totally understand Josephine Baker using her body and her beauty to get where she was in life, you know, to get further ahead, because, you know, black people weren't allowed to have a formal education and weren't allowed to go to school and weren't allowed to do pretty much anything, you know what I'm saying, other than be like a sharecropper or a homemaker or something like that. Most women and black women and black men just lacked a lot of resources and opportunities at that time. Therefore, I do understand wholeheartedly her using her beauty and her body to dance. You know, I think that that's very admirable, and it took a lot of guts, because I would have been scared to let my stuff hang out, you know, like that. And I couldn't help watching the documentary. I really couldn't help but think about how things have changed, but how they're similar to back during those times. And the difference is that us as black people, we have a lot more resources now than black people did in the past. The similarities is that women are using their bodies and their beauty. Well, in my opinion, are they using their beauty? Do they love their self for real? Like, I mean, if you cover your natural hair up all the time and you wear like eyelashes all the time and you have fake, you know, implants in your booty and butt shots and BBLs and titties and things like that, like fake titties and stuff, it's like, do you really love yourself? No. I feel like unfortunately, a lot of black women today don't love themselves enough to really discover who they are without a wig, who they are without lashes, who they are without plastic surgery. I feel like a lot of women are just getting it so quickly in life and not really experiencing life before they decide to do something like that. And that's just my opinion. Like, you could feel differently if you want to, but based off of what I'm saying, I just feel like it's hella black women out here like getting plastic surgery, getting surgically altered, getting wigs, and it's people. It's people catching fire because of their wigs. Like, people are on fire because of a damn wig. You know what I'm saying? Like, they're literally like catch on fire because of some hair. Like, I don't know. That just sounds crazy to me. And I say that to say that the difference is that we do have opportunities and we do have resources, and women are just like letting it all hang out for the internet. Like, I mean, and let's be clear, like, women in the early 2000s, they was getting buck, you know what I'm saying? But it was in the music videos. It wasn't in the music videos and on the fucking internet. Granted, the internet wasn't as big as it is today, but it was still there. And you didn't see people, you know, exploiting their bodies that much and maybe it was just on the music videos, but I'm just saying, like, it's out of control. It's like it's against the law to have clothes on, and that's what you're using your body for. It's just to gain materialistic things. Like, I don't know. Okay, y'all, so that's going to conclude the video. I just want to say thank you for watching. Thank you for rocking with my channel. Make sure you like, comment below, subscribe to this channel for more videos. There's more on the way. I will see you in the next video. Bye.